Overcast here at Greater Latrobe High School at Graham Sabota Field. Your Lady Wildcats get ready to take on the rivals. Down on Route 22, it's the Franklin Regional Panthers here on the Wildcats Network, folks. Tristan Borland on the horn with the guys for the rest of the afternoon. Richard Hill, we get the controls for us here this evening. Start a little later than we usually like to. It's a little tough getting into the school to plug in all of our equipment, but no excuses here on the Wildcats Network because we're ready to get started for, again, what should be an incredible matchup here on our St. Vincent College pregame show. See how St. Vincent College prepares students for successful careers and meaningful lives at www.stvincent.edu. Again, that's www.stvincent.edu. St. Vincent College, together we rise. Lady Wildcats returning back to Graham Sabota Field on top of the hill after the 19-0 win at Gateway on Wednesday. Strong play at the plate and excellent base running allowed the Lady Latrobe Wildcats to run all over Gateway to start section play. The Cats will have to play a near perfect softball game here this afternoon to win versus an old rival who is winning big so far this season. On the series from last year between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional, Cats won at home 8-2 versus Franklin Regional and then went on the road and lost 8-10 at Franklin Regional High School. This year, Cats are playing strong at the plate and are running wild if you let them. Again, when we went to Gateway and broadcasted that game for the Lady Wildcats, again, the thing that I really saw and noticed was the fact that the Lady Wildcats were running bases like crazy, almost unstoppable if I'm being completely honest. And so here today, we're expecting Lady Wildcats to do the exact same thing. Lady Wildcats to watch with the Franklin Regional Panthers. Left fielder Sarah Blossy was 2-3 on the evening with a grand slam in the first and a home run in the second. She totaled 6 RBIs on the night. So 6 out of those 19 runs scored by Lady Wildcats was Sarah Blossy. So she will be an integral part of the game for the Lady Wildcats. And shortstop, and I'm going to try to get it right today. There were a lot of comments that we were wrong. Sequeiros is the shortstop for the Lady Wildcats. She was 3 of 3 on the evening with a base hit and a triple, which brought in 2 runners in the first and an inside the park home run in the second innings, which scored 2 RBIs for the Lady Wildcats. So again, if you are Franklin Regional High School, you're going to have to really hone in on her. Do not let the Lady Wildcats get on that ball. They will send that one to the moon. And then for the Panthers coming into this game, 5-3 overall, 2-0 and 5A Section 2. Team with high expectations coming into the season with standouts Tori Fulton and Kiara Camacho anchoring the lineup. Camacho, a Kent State commit, and Fulton, a South Florida commit. So 2 D1 softball players for the Panthers coming into today. The Lady Wildcats are going to have their hands full. Played well at Vero Beach tournament in Florida to start out the year. Went 2 for 2 on the trip, averaging 9.75 runs per game. So Lady Wildcats, again, are going to have their hands full this afternoon. Since that tournament, Panthers have gone on a 3 straight wins on the season. And Camacho will start us out here at the top of the first inning here on the Wildcats Network. On the mound for Lady Wildcats, Maya McHugh. Inside ball, so count now 1-0. Here at the top of the first inning. And our first inning is brought to us by Team Steve Lamani. No matter where you are in your real estate journey. And that one crushed by Camacho. It's going, and it'll bounce off the back. And Camacho will hold up at second. So a nice double for Camacho to start out here for Franklin Regional.
Number 5, CC Copeland.
That's CC Copeland. So Copeland up to bat now for Franklin Regional. Runner in scoring position already here at the top of the first inning for Franklin Regional. And throw up high, called ball, but I think that McHugh was hoping to throw the runner out on second. In their last matchup against Kiski area, 12-2 was the score for Franklin Regional. That one goes in, strike count now 1-1. But again, a 12-2 run rule over Kiski area was Franklin Regional's last matchup, and they stole a double digits worth of bases. I think it was the final total was 12. That one chopped at, goes out back, and will go in the wrong direction. So count now 1-2 here on the Wildcats Network. Again, 1-2 now the count. Runner in scoring position on second. It's Camacho. Pitch. Swing and a miss there, and she rung her up. So that it will be McHugh's first strikeout
Now batting number 28, Torrin Fulton.
on the afternoon. Now Torrin Fulton. Pitch. Ball up high, that's a ball, so count now 1-0 with one out for the Lady Wildcats. The first strikeout on the afternoon for Maya McHugh. McHugh the pitch. Chopped, it goes down low, runner makes her way on a third and will head back. Something to keep an eye on, Camacho. Not afraid to run, but the real star was Tori Fulton. 6 stolen bases on the afternoon for that young lady. A double, a home run, and 3 RBIs, and scored 3 runs herself for the Panthers in their last matchup against Kiski area. That one gets ripped on and it goes foul. Cats get away with one there. Count now 1-2 with one out. Here on top of the hill. Again, 1-2 now the count. Runner on second. It's Camacho. The pitch to Fulton. Down low and away. Ball. Now even at 2-2 is the count for Maya McHugh, who could get her second strikeout on the afternoon here. McHugh. Dishes throw on a third. Now caught in a pickle is Camacho. Now the throw, trying to tag, and they get it. That's an out. Camacho is caught stealing. So just like that, Cats are now looking at possibly the final out here in the top of the first inning. Again, brought to us by our friends over at Team Steve Lamani. Give Steve Lamani a call at 724-972-1543 or via email at Team Lamani. And they're going to give up to Fulton. They walk Fulton, and again, that's usually a good idea. Again, Fulton, 6 stolen bases, a double, a home run, 3 RBIs in 3 runs. Although, a note from the HSS Trib coverage of Kiski, runner making her way onto second, and that is an easy slide in there for the South Florida commit, Tori Fulton. Coach Armstrong mentioned that walking Fulton is like giving up a triple. It's easy for her to steal bases. Again, had 6 stolen at Kiski. Looking to throw, and now the count now 1-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss there. Strike number 2. Pitch by McHugh. Runner making her way on a third. Throw, and it's wild. It could be a steal of home for Fulton, and she will. That's 3 already for Fulton, and just like that, Franklin Regional is now up 1-0 over the Lady Wildcats in the top of the first inning. That's one of the tough things about Torin Fulton. The pitch by McHugh. Chopped out, it'll go up and foul and make its way down over the hill. By McHugh. With the count, with the deuces wild here in the top of the first, 2-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss! Maya McHugh gets strikeout number 2. And that will do it for the top of the first inning.
In the middle of the first score is Franklin Regional 1, Greater Latrobe 0.
1-0 is your score as we head into our break, and when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the first inning here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
And we're back here on top of the hill. Cats are down 1-0 here as we head into the bottom of the second inning. And up to bat first is Seekers. Again, that was corrected a lot in our Gateway game. My apologies to all of our adoring fans at home. We're working on it. The freshman, well, I'll get it eventually. There's plenty of time for me to figure it out. And she is up to bat now. Went 3 for 3 at Gateway on Tuesday, with a base hit in the first, a triple in the first, and an inside-the-park home run in the second inning. So she has a lot of expectations. And again, in a lot of people enjoying Athletic Director Tyler Gustafson's commentary as the announcer, and we always appreciate it here on the Wildcats Network. That's how you know you showed up to the right game. Whenever Gus is on the mic, it's always a wonderful time. The pitch, the first one of the Lady Wildcats we'll see this afternoon comes. And that's a ball in the first pitch. And something for Lady Wildcats to keep in mind is the fact that at Gateway, there were a couple runners that were called out for stepping off the bags and stepping out of the batter's box when up to bat. So that will be something that needs to be corrected here. Lady Wildcats had to play mistake-free softball. You already saw one mistake that added to the Panthers getting a run in the top of the first inning. Up high again, count now 2-0 for Seekers. The shortstop for the Cats this afternoon on top of the hill. Pitch. She's able to get underneath that one, but doesn't have the distance, and it will not. It will be a fly out to the center fielder. And just like that, that's one down in the bottom of the first. Up next is the right fielder, Gabby Cunningham, up to bat. On Tuesday, Cunningham went 1 for 4, was walked twice in the first, had a base hit in the second, was walked in the third. Her first pitch of the afternoon goes right down the middle. That's strike. Oh, 1 the count, 1 out. Franklin Regional still up 1-0. And that just up high and inside. But Cunningham showing that she means to bunt. She means to lay one down quick and then get on to first base. That's what Coach Kowalczyk likes to see. Showing bunt here is Cunningham. The pitch, she is able to lay down the bunt. Pitcher's able to get on top of it. And I think they're going to call her safe, and they do. Base hit for Cunningham. And now to bat as the pitcher. That's Maya McHugh. McHugh at the plate on Tuesday, 1 of 4. Walked twice in the first, walked once in the second, and had a base hit in the third. Was Maya McHugh. Now looking with a runner on first. 1 out. Cats trail by 1. Pitch down low. Maya McHugh with the count now 1-0. Her pitch swung on, it is chopped on and foul. A low pitch with not a whole lot of velocity. McHugh liked what she saw, but couldn't get underneath it. You're not going to get a lot of pitches at this level, folks. Like that, slow, kind of hovering around the inside of the plate, the inside of the batter. Pitch. Called strike. Count now 1-2 after that one. McHugh will get that one. It goes over the top of the shortstop and running on a third after the error. McHugh is going to come in on second. That's a double for Maya McHugh. And Cunningham makes her way on the third. So a courtesy runner comes in for McHugh.
Latrobe courtesy runner in for the pitcher, number 10, Sophia Durenovich.
So Durenovich on second.
Sarah Blasi.
And Sarah Blasi up to bat. Blasi, as we mentioned, had a big game on Tuesday. 2 of 3 at the plate, a grand slam, and a walk in the first, and a home run in the second. Again, Blasi was really swinging the bat well there on Tuesday. It's Martz who is pitching right now. Inside for a ball, count now 2-0 with 1 out. Cats with 2 runners in scoring position. If they can bring them in, Cats will take a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning. And that would be quite wonderful in my opinion. Pitch outside, and that's a ball. Surprised that Blasi didn't turn on that one, but again, that is why she is out there and I am up here with a headset on. So 3-0 the count now. Blasi in the driver's seat, swings on that one. That had some velocity and it rose up. So 3-1 now the count. Surprised that Blasi didn't let that first one go by. So again, 3-1 the count, 2 runners in scoring position. Can Blasi get it? Swung on that one and it moved outside. Full count now for Sarah Blasi. Sarah Blasi trying to swing for the fences. Martz delivers her pitch. It's chopped on and it's foul, but will it get out? And it will. It lands in, but I thought that Franklin Regional was going to be able to get underneath it. And Lee Wildcats lucky it did not happen. Blasi swung on that one, keeps her at bat alive. Smart move there. It's still a full count at 3-2. And 3-2 the count. The pitch Down low and inside, and Blassie is walked. The bases are now loaded for Williams.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 2, Miley Williams.
Miley Williams, with the bases loaded, has an opportunity to really let the Lady Wildcats get up on the board. 1-3 on Tuesday. Down low, ball 1 for the first pitch right here. Well, again, 1-3, had a base hit and a walk in the first, and then was hit by the pitcher in the second. In the game on Tuesday at Gateway. Art's looking. Her pitch, chopped at it, was very wide of Williams. Trying to see if she can get her to chase it away from her. And Williams did bite on it. So now the count 1-1 with 1 out. Pitch. Away. 2-1 now the count. Williams, like that one, that was a strike. Should have swung on it. Now the count is even at 2-2. Still 1 out. Pitch. Williams catches on, it gets by, it hits the umpire in the back, but the Cats will bring a runner in. Base hit for Miley Williams. Poor umpire took that one right in the middle of his back. I'd be sleeping fine tonight if I was him. So Balco now up to bat, the catcher for the Cats. Pitch hit on his Balco and it goes foul. Oh, 1 the count after the foul by Balco. The pitch swung on. That will be getting by her. Balco 2 of 3 from the game on Tuesday. Had a base hit in the first and second. It was walked in the third. And Madison Balco, the catcher for the Cats, down in the count. Can she make something happen here to give the Cats a lead? It's up high. So 1-2 the count. One, 2 the count, 1 out. Cats tied at 1. Swing and struck out there as Balco. Martz gets her first strikeout of the afternoon.
Number 7, Juliana Bullabosh.
So Bullabosh now up at the plate with the bases loaded for the Lady Wildcats. Don't want to leave anybody stranded. Can't afford to give up players on the plate, and that will bounce foul just barely. That could have been a nice base hit for Lady Wildcats to take a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Second baseman Bullabosh. Pitch. Chopped at it, goes back foul, so now the count 0-2. Bullabosh now, I imagine, will be swinging at anything that moves. Martz for possibly strikeout number 2 up high, and it's a ball there. Count now 1-2. One, 2 the count, 2 outs, the pitch. Chopped at, goes back foul, so Bullabosh is still at the plate. Again, 1-2. Still tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. The pitch by Martz. Check swing as it bounces off the ground. So now the deuces are wild. It's 2-2. The pitch here. Up high. So now Bullabosh fighting back. It's a full count. It's 3-2. The payoff pitch. Right down the middle. Strike 3 for Martz. Her second strikeout of the afternoon as we head into the top of the second inning here on the Wildcats Network. Still tied at 1-1. We'll be right back after these short messages.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinderschool has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinderschool provides high-quality pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigonierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Radio Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. This is the second batter up right now. Umpires want to try to beat the rain here. So Lancaster is up to bat after Salas flied out to Maya McHugh. Count 0-1 with 1 out here. Still tied here in the top of the second inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss there for Lancaster. So 0-2 is the count. Already down 1 out is Franklin Regional for this at-bat. This could be strikeout number 3 for McHugh on the afternoon. Ball away. One to the count. Maya McHugh trying to chase strikeout number 3 on the afternoon. Can she land it here? Way too low. That's ball number 2. So count is even at 2-2. Still 1 out. Up next for Franklin Regional, I believe that is Ava Roden, who's warming up. The batter's box, chopped on, it will go foul. Roden wanting that one back, was a little ahead of it. So count still even at 2-2, 1 out. Again, 1-1 on the scoreboard. No runners. Maya McHugh trying to get strikeout number 3. Ball outside just barely. So now a full count now for Maya McHugh. The payoff pitch to come next. Here in the top of the second inning. The pitch from McHugh delivers. Chopped on it, it's popped up. And just missing it, hitting off the table. Watch out, Gus. So with that foul, the count is still full at 3-2. And a reminder that our second inning is brought to us by our friends at the Latrobe Bulletin for just 35 cents a day. You can keep up with all of the stories going on in the local area. Chopped on, it gets by the first baseman, gets by the second baseman, and that's going to be a base hit for Lancaster. Roden now up to bat.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 33, Ava Rotem.
Rotem up to bat. Miami Q now has a runner on first base to deal with. Swing and a miss there. That's strike one. Sign up for the Latrobe Bulletin at www.latrobebulletin.com. And thank you to the Latrobe Bulletin for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Got underneath it, but it's a pop-up. Can they get in the outfield? And they do. That was Williams getting up underneath it for the Lady Wildcats.
Number 55, Laurel Goldstrom.
So now Goldstrom is up to bat for the Panthers, number 8 in the batting order. The pitch, swing and a miss there, strike one. 2 outs, 0-1 the count now for Goldstrom. Again, a nice afternoon here. We have prayed hard that the rain will stay away. No guarantees, though, and I imagine that's what the umpires are trying to move along here in this game. That pitch, called strike. That is a ball. My apologies. He pulled the arm like it was a strike, but I guess he was pointing to Gus to call it a ball. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs. The pitch, swung on. That's a strike there. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hold on, ladies. That was, count should be 1-2.
In the middle of the second inning, score remains Franklin Regional.
So I guess we're going to head into the bottom of the second. Somebody should let the scorekeeper know about that. So we're going to head into the bottom of the second inning. All tied up at 1 here. Cats up to bat next. It's going to be Bullabosh coming up here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
Back on top of the hill here at Greater Latrobe High School. All tied up at 1 here. In the bottom of the second inning, up to bat is Machinsky. Check swing, lets that one go by. Machinsky on Tuesday was 1 of 3 at the plate, was walked in the first and second, and had a base hit in the third inning against Gateway. So now with a 1-0 count, that's a strike there for Martz. Slow mover. Nothing wrong with letting the second pitch go by you. You got to look for the one that you want. So 1-1 now the count for Machinsky. Swung on that one down low. Strike two. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Ball inside. Count even. 2-2. The pitch. Low in the dirt, so a full count now for Maddie Machinsky for her first at-bat on the afternoon. Full count. Payoff pitch to come. Chopped on it, and it will be foul, just barely over top of the head of the third baseman, Copeland. So again, still a full count for the first batter here in the bottom of the second inning. Waiting for the pitch to come. High and inside, that's a walk for Manny Machinsky. Second walk of the afternoon for Martz.
Now batting for the Wildcats, first base, 17, Macy Schultz.
And Macy Schultz, the number 9 in the batting order, now up for the Lady Wildcats. On Tuesday, Schultz was 1 of 3. A base hit in the first, walk in the second, and a ground out to the third baseman. Or a ground out to the first baseman on Tuesday. Bunt shows, and it goes straight back. Schultz a little bit too over top of that one. Runner still on first. 0-1 the count. Pitch to come. Grounder there. Throw on to first, and that will be an out. And getting back to second quickly was Zachinsky, so she will be advanced.
Back to the top of the order for the Wildcats, number 1, Natalia Sakaris.
So Sakaris is now up to bat for Lady Wildcats here in the second. She had a fly out to the center fielder back at the top of the first inning, or the bottom of the first inning, my apologies, her first at bat. With a count now 0-1, 1 out, runner in scoring position. That is the lead there on second. Martz delivers. Swing there, strike number 2. 0-2 the count. For Sakaris. Pitch. Chopped on it. It's a pop-up. Will a center fielder get underneath it? She does. So another fly out to the center fielder for the top of the batting order. Now on to Gabby Cunningham. Cunningham had a base hit and scored a run. Last time she was at bat, she was the run that was scored. So 2 outs here for the Cats in the bottom of the second inning. Still tied up at 1. This is exactly how we thought it was going to be. Cats are not going to score 19 runs on Franklin Regional, I can tell you that much. Pitch. Swing on. Strike 1 for this at bat for Cunningham. Machinsky still on second. Martz on the 0-1. Shows bunt. So 2. Is the count, 2 outs. Martz. It gets chopped on, but it will be made a nice play at shortstop as Cunningham will fly out, and that will leave a cat stranded on second here. We're going to head into the top of the third inning, still tied up at 1 here at Graham Sabota Field. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
We're back here on top of the hill. Chopped at. That's Cowell. Batting right now for Franklin Regional. Oh, 1 the count after the foul that went straight back. Delivery by McHugh. Chopped at it, gets by McHugh. Nice scoop and play there, and that will be an out on first. We head back to the top of the batting order.
Back to the top of the order for the Panthers, number 2, Sierra Camacho.
So Camacho is now up to bat. It's that called ball there. Camacho had a base hit, or had a double in the first at our first at bat, and was caught stealing third. Back in the first inning, pitch. Low and inside, ball. Count out 2-0. Camacho again, the Kent State commit. Rips it there, and it will be a bounce into the outfield, and that will be a base hit for Camacho. And now the second baseman, or the third baseman, Copeland, is up to bat. Her last at bat was in the first. She struck out swinging to Maya McHugh. She was her first strikeout on the afternoon. And now has a runner on first. The pitch. And that will be a strike there, dropped by the catcher for the Cats, by Balco. 0-1. 1 out. McHugh, the pitch. Runner going to take second, and she will steal it. So a nice movement there by Camacho. Again, there's a reason why Franklin Regional came into this game 5-3 overall, with only one of those losses being here, or being in Pennsylvania. That a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-0 in Section 5A Section 2 are the Franklin Regional Panthers. Want to make that 3. The pitch by McHugh. It's crushed. It could go foul, and it does not. The second baseman can't make a play on it, and that will be another base hit. So advance to third is Camacho.
Number 28, Torrin Fulton.
Torrin Fulton now up to bat. The South Florida commit, who again had a double and a home run, 3 RBIs, and contributed 3 runs herself, and she is walked. So the bases are loaded.
Runners placed on base. Now batting number 22, Adriana Martz.
And Adriana Martz now, a right-handed batter. She struck out swinging back in the first in her last appearance at the plate. Bases loaded. The pitch. Low and in the dirt. Balco had to move quickly to get behind that one. 1-0. The pitch. And that's called a strike there. Count 1-1 with 1 out. Martz again is up to bat. Solis is on deck, and Lancaster in the hole for the Panthers on the lineup. McHugh the 1-1. Dropped at, played on by third, throws it home. So they will give up a base hit to Martz. But Camacho is out at home.
Now batting number 18.
We'll advance all the runners. So bases are still loaded. Solis is up to bat. She flew out to the pitcher. Her last at bat, that called strike down the middle. 0-1, 2 outs. If the Cats can get out of this one unscathed, would be a real testament to their abilities here at home. Although a lot of blue here at Graham Sabota Field, it's not a long drive. Crushed there by Solis. And a nice catch in the outfield to end the top of the third inning. A fly out to the right fielder, and the Cats will now have an opportunity to take a lead here in the bottom of the third inning from Graham Sabota Field. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Lee Wildcats will be up to bat next after these short messages.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Back on top of the hill, Miami Q up to bat for the Lady Wildcats here in the bottom of the third inning. Brought to you by the Wildcats Network emailing list. I'll go over that read in just a minute. I want to get this first pitch for McHugh. Delivery from Martz. Called ball there. Never miss a broadcast by signing up for our emailing list. Sign up for the free emailing list at www.wildcatsnet.com. By signing up for this email, you'll receive an email directly into your inbox as that one gets ripped over top of second base. And Maya McHugh, now 2 of 2 at the plate so far today.
Courtesy runner in for the Wildcats, number 10, Sophia Durinovich.
Durinovich will come in as a courtesy runner for McHugh. McHugh is just an example that, you know, at least in baseball, I know that the pitcher is usually not always the strongest batter, but here in softball, it doesn't matter what position you play, you've got to be a batter, and McHugh embodies that. That first pitch is chopped on, and getting underneath it are the Panthers, and that will be an out for Williams. So now Madison Balco, the catcher, is up for the Lady Wildcats. That was Bloss. So Miley Williams. My apologies. That was Blossy, Sarah Blossy, who flew out to third. That called strike there. Now 0-1 the count with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third inning, still all tied up at 1 here. This is exactly how we knew it was going to be. 2 teams with playoff ambitions clashing for the first time this season, and that will be a pop-up and caught by the shortstop. So still a little runner on first. Cats down 2 outs. As Madison Balco, the catcher, comes up.
Number 21, Maddie Balco.
Pitch. Chopped on by Balco. It's a pop-up and a great play there on third base to get underneath it. And the Panthers will retire the Cats, leaving a runner stranded on first. That's tough for the Lady Wildcats. You can't give up any opportunities like that. And again, tough to see that here as we head into the 4th inning. I'm not going to send it to a commercial as we do have a 4th inning sponsor here on the Wildcats Network. It's Bardini's Country Smokehouse. Located in Crabtree, Bardini's Country Smokehouse is your spot for all your meat needs. Check out all that Gary has to offer at bardinismeats.com. Again, that's bardinismeats.com. Thank you, Gary Bardini and Bardini's Country Smokehouse, for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Panthers now come for their opportunity at the plate. Still tied up at 1 here. And again, I think it's Gus. I don't know if anybody can hear the music on the broadcast. I can certainly hear it, and I think they're playing Gus's playlist here this afternoon. Tyler Gustafson, our athletic director here at Greater Latrobe High School, a man who I talk to arguably more often than I even talk to my own wife, God bless her. Talking to Gus almost every single day. We're very happy to have him here running the show at Greater Latrobe High School. Not saying that Zach Hyde wasn't awesome, but I spoke with Gus a little bit more. I know Gus a little bit more on a personal level of Mr. Hyde. But Franklin Regional now up here at the top of the 4th inning. And Lancaster is up at the plate. She had a base hit in the 2nd for the Panthers. Rowan on deck and Goldstrom in the hole. Chopped at, makes its way to third base, needs to throw on to first, and they do. And that will do it for Lancaster.
Next up, the first baseman, number 33, Ava Roten.
Ava Roten. Up at the plate for the Franklin Regional Panthers. 1 out here in the 4th inning. The pitch. On low and inside. 1-0 now the count with 1 out. Here from Graham Sabota Field. And the delivery. Chopped at, goes directly back And over to Palmer's Green. A tip of the hat to Arnold Palmer and the Palmer family and all that they have done for Greater Latrobe High School. A legend in the local area. Even count at 1-1, 1 out. Team still tied at 1-1. Here in the top of the fourth inning, that's a ball as well, so count now 2-1. On the at-bat. The pitch by McHugh, and it will go back again, so count is now even at 2-2 for the at-bat for Roden. McHugh, the pitch. Chopped out. It will be a grounder to the first baseman who covers it up. And that will do it for Roden in her at-bat here in the fourth. And just like that, the Franklin Regional Panthers I guess they're saying that it was a foul. So Maya McHugh still looking at a 2-2 count. That pitch will go back foul again. So that Roden's ball did not make first base in terms of staying fair. It rolled over the foul line. So 2-2, again, 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. Pitch to come from Maya McHugh, again 2-2. Top foul, and they're going to say that she's out there after the tip.
Now batting number 55, Laurel Goldstrom.
So Laurel Goldstrom, she struck out swinging in the second for her last at-bat. Pitch. Swung on, but it blew by her. 0-1 now the count. 2 outs. McHugh playing some speed on that one, just trying to blow by the batters. The pitch from McHugh. Swung on. That's strike 2 for this at-bat. Maya McHugh chasing strikeout number 4. Goldstrom having a word with the third base coach. Again, still tied at 1 here. Cats scoring and Franklin Regional scoring, both in the first inning. The pitch, high and away. Nothing wrong with that one. Maya McHugh trying to get Goldstrom chasing on the high and away. Again, up in the count like this. If I was McHugh, this pitch would not be anywhere near the strike zone. The pitch. And she gets it, rung her up for strikeout number 4 on the afternoon. Maya McHugh shutting that down and allowing the Lady Wildcats to come up to the plate to try to take a lead here on top of the hill at Greater Latrobe High School. So we're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the bottom of the fourth inning Cats up to bat here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
Bullwash up to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Lady Wildcats. Struck out swinging her last at bat. The pitch, chopped on it. It's a pop-up and caught. Sent that one right back to the sender. So just like that, the Cats are down 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as we're all still tied up at 1.
Number 14, Maddie Manchinski.
And Maddie Machinsky now up to bat for the Lady Wildcats. Machinsky was walked back in the 2nd and then advanced onto second base. Pitch down low and inside. Ball 1 for this at bat for Machinsky. And the pitch. And that hit right in the shoulder, and that sounded like it hurt. Maddie Machinsky standing strong.
Now batting first baseman number 17, Macy Schultz.
And so now Macy Schultz ground out to second base back in the 2nd. She's up to bat now. That's a strike there, 0-1 the count. The pitch, showing bunt. Cats running. And so that's an out. Now that's going to be called a foul ball there. Did not say that the ball made it past first base. So 0-2 the count after the foul. 1 out, runner on first. Schultz now showing that she's willing to bunt. Shows bunt again. Chops on it, makes its way on the 3rd. Who bobbles it? Needs to throw fast, and she has quite the arm on 3rd to get the out on first.
Back to the top of the order for the Wildcats, shortstop number 1, Natalia Sakaris.
And Sakaris at the top of the batting order here in the 4th inning. Cats are now down to the last out of the 4th inning. The lead standing on second. Sakaris rips that one. It's a shot up the gap. And she could turn that for second. No, and she does slide in and scores a run for the Lady Wildcats.
Now batting for the Wildcats, center fielder number 9, Gabby Cunningham.
So Cats now with a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now Gabby Cunningham up to bat with a runner still in scoring position. Achinsky, after getting hit by the pitch, is the run that was brought in by the double. The pitch, looking to steal third. Heading back is Sakaris. I believe that is right. That's what Gus is saying, and he's surrounded by softball players. So if anybody's going to get it right, it's him. Swung on and miss. So an 0-2 the count for Cunningham. Cats have a 1-run lead. This is their last out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Swung on, and the ball gets away. But that will do it, a strikeout for Martz. That's her 3rd one of the afternoon. We head into the top of the 5th inning here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Franklin Regional up to bat next here on the Wildcats Network.
Franklin Regional 1.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
We're back here on top of the hill. Lady Wildcats earn a run in the bottom of the fourth. They are now heading into the top of the fifth inning. It's up to Franklin Regional to close the lead that the Lady Wildcats have. And now Franklin Regional up to bat. Powell hits that one, and it's out there on first. Sierra Camacho up to bat for the Franklin Regional Panthers. Camacho, the Kent State commit. You saw the sticker on the side of her helmet earlier. She was standing on third. The pitch. All ball there. Camacho is 2 for 2 on the afternoon at the plate. Had a base hit in the third and in the first. She was caught stealing. That ball will be fair and rolls into the outfield. Camacho getting on her horse and heading into second, and she will stand for a stand-up double for Camacho for the Panthers here in the fifth inning.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 5, C.C. Copeland.
C.C. Copeland, the third baseman for the Panthers, now up to bat with the tying run on second. Maya McHugh delivers the pitch. Called strike there. 0-1 the count now, 1 out. The ground out by Cowell was the first out for the Panthers here in the top of the fifth inning. Again, runner in scoring position on second. Pitch. Low and inside. So count now even at 1. And in front of us, you see on your screen a Panther warming up. That's Madison Hill, who is listed as a pitcher for the Panthers. Warming up and maybe coming in. That ball slapped foul. Folks need to keep their head on a swivel over there. So 1-2 the count. 1 out, Cats lead by 1. It's 2-1 here. At the top of the fifth inning. And the pitch from Maya McHugh. A little too high there, now even at 2-2. Still 1 out, still a runner in scoring position. The Kent State commit, Kiara Camacho. The pitch. Slapped and it gets by. Throw on a second, so runners now in the corners. As Copeland had that one zip by Maya McHugh. Great reaction time from McHugh to get out of the way of the base hit. And I believe that they're just going to walk Fulton.
Number 28, Torin Fulton.
Warren Fulton, the shortstop, is going to head back and talk to her third base coach. As a conversation now coming in for Lady Wildcats on the mound. I imagine they're talking over whether or not they want to walk Fulton. Fulton has not had a hit so far today, 0 of 2 at the plate. Was walked in the first, where she then proceeded to steal 3 bags. She stole 3 bags and then also stole home to score the first run for the Panthers. And I believe that they are going to have Maya McHugh pitch to the South Florida. No, they will not. And boos raining down from on top of the hill from the Franklin Regional faithful. They wanted to see Fulton take an opportunity to slap that ball, as she will not get the chance. So with 1 out, bases are loaded. Martz is up to bat. The Wildcats defense is going to have to be impeccable if they want to get out of this one still with the lead. That ball chopped. It goes over the head of the second baseman. Franklin Regional Panthers are running wild. And that will score 2 on the base hit from Martz. And Fulton is on third.
Now batting number 18, Bella Salas.
So Salas is up to bat. Runners on the corners on first and third. Franklin Regional now leads 3-2. They've taken their lead back here in the top of the 5th inning. McHugh sends that one. A bunt shown. It will be foul. Salas. Again, with runners on the corners, only 1 out here. Cats now trail by 1 run. Again, this is a Franklin Regional team with very high aspirations this year with 2 D1 commits. They are expecting to make a very deep run. And a discussion being shown. And again, a discussion on what the with the sweatband, with the numbers that coach communicates with her. The pitch here from McHugh is up high, looking to throw second, and they will allow Martz to steal second. Again, definitely the right call. Only 1 out here. Count even at 1-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, low and in the dirt. Salas now ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Salas is at bat. Lancaster is on deck, and Roden is in the hole for the Panthers batting lineup. Check swing. And that ball will be called foul. So 2-2 the count. One out. McHugh on the pitch. Chopped at it, it'll go back foul. Great job by Salas to try to keep her at bat alive with runners in scoring position. Martz on second and Fulton on third. Panthers would be able to stretch it to a 3-run lead if those 2 runners can score here. Even a sacrifice at bat wouldn't be a terrible idea. The pitch. Chopped at, goes back and hits the hump in the face mask. Watch out. Those balls will bite back. 2-2 the count. And the pitch here. Down low and inside, so now a full count for Salas and McHugh. Can Maya McHugh get it done here? The pitch. Up high, and that'll be a walk there. The first full walk, or I guess the first true walk for McHugh on the afternoon. So now Lancaster is up to bat. Rowan's on deck, and then Goldstrom might have the opportunity for another. A courtesy runner now coming in. Or Solace.
Now batting number 3, Chloe Lancaster.
Lancaster to bat. One for 2 on the afternoon. A base hit in the second and a ground out to the third baseman in the fourth. Now here in the top of the 5th inning. Again, still only one out here in the top of the 5th inning. Lady Wildcats might be in trouble here. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there for Lancaster. 0-1 now the count.
First base, number 27, Cadence Kelly.
Again, 0-1, 1 out. Panthers lead 3-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch. Ball outside. 1-1 now. Count is even. Bases are still loaded for the Panthers. Again, with Torrin Fulton on third. Stealing home is always an option. The pitch. Slapped it right back to the pitcher. Throws home. And it got her out at home. Waiting for Maya McHugh on the heads-up play to stop Fulton from scoring, so the Cats still only trail by 1, but the bases are still loaded.
Now batting first baseman, number 33, Ayla Roten.
So Ayla Roten, the first baseman up to bat here. McHugh. Swing down low, or the pitch down low, swung on. 0-1 now the count, 2 outs. Can Maya McHugh get out of this one again? Left the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. Can Maya McHugh do it again here in the 5th? Cats would head into the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing by 1 run. McHugh, swing and a miss. That's strike number 2. Can Maya McHugh do it? Get the Cats out of a difficult predicament. Cats already gave up 2 runs. Can they hit into the bottom of the 5th? With a 1-run deficit. Maya McHugh on the pitch. Outside, nothing wrong with that. Doesn't want to throw anything inside the strike zone. Wouldn't hate to throw another one outside the zone here. Try to see if she can catch Roden chasing it. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Bases are loaded for Franklin Regional, so anything might be slapping in a run. McHugh the delivery. Swung on it, goes back foul. 1-2 still the count. And if I'm Maya McHugh, I'm throwing another one down and away to try to catch Roden chasing it. Roden 0 for 2 at the plate this afternoon. Pitch. Slaps in, it goes foul. And it's gone over the hill. Goodbye. Count still 1-2 with 2 outs. Here at the top of the 5th inning. Maya McHugh. Can't you get strikeout number 5? McHugh delivers. Ball down and away. Nothing wrong with that. The deuces are wild here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-2 with 2 outs. And a unlucky Cat making her way down the hill to go retrieve the foul ball. I guess maintenance complained a little bit too much, and that one down low and inside. So now the count is full. Bases loaded. Miami Q needs to throw this one in the strike zone. Full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch here for McHugh. Slapped on, and it'll bounce on a second and a tag. And they say that she didn't get it. They'll say that she's safe on second. So Roden with a base hit. And a discussion being had with coach, with the umpire. Not surprised. From my vantage point, I believe that she tagged up on second. Again, I have a different vantage point than the umpire, who's a little close. I think he's saying that she bobbled it a little bit. Honestly, I've already written it down in my scorebook, so some more discussion being had. Coach Volshevsky also getting the umpires an earful. Again, a lot of discussion being had here. This could decide it. Again, right now, Franklin Regional is up 2 runs. Or it could be the out, and the Cats head into the bottom of the 5th down by 1 run. Again, from my vantage point up here, I thought it was an out on second. Now, some will say that's a little biased. I call it how it is. And again, from my vantage point up here, there was a tag on second. And I think that that is going to be called safe, and it is. So Franklin Regional scores. So Cats have a bit of a hill to climb.
For the Panthers, number 47, Selena Camacho.
And Selena Camacho, as we head back to the top of the batting order here in the 5th inning. Franklin has gone through their whole batting order here in the 5th inning. The pitch. I believe Gus is wrong. I believe it's Kelly who's up to bat right now. Peyton. Yes, I believe that is Candace Kelly who's up to bat. Miami Q, the 1-1 count pitch. It gets crushed. Outfield needs to make a play here, and they will! Fly out there. And the Cats now head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Score Franklin Regional 4, Greater Latrobe 2.
We'll head into the bottom of the 5th inning with the Cats trailing by 2 runs here on top of the hill. And we're going to take a break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Lady Wildcats up to bat next here on the Wildcats Network.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
Bottom of the fifth here on top of the hill in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Up to bat for the Lady Wildcats. I believe that's Cunningham. Double check that before I say anything foolish. That is Maya McHugh up to bat. Cats down by 2 runs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That ball inside. McHugh, watch that floater loft by her. Art's pitch. Up high, 2-0 now the count for Maya McHugh. Ara Blasi is on deck. Miley Williams is in the hole for Lady Wildcats in this batting order. The pitch to McHugh. Called strike there, 2-1 now the count. Nothing wrong with letting that pitch go by. McHugh is 2 of 2 on the afternoon. Can't you make it 3 of 3? Slaps it, it goes back and hits the cage behind. So an even count at 2-2. And a discussion being had between Coach Armstrong and the umpire. Not quite sure. They having a question where the strike zone is. Count 2-2. The pitch. Slapped. It makes its way and is caught up by Martz and thrown on the first. So McHugh goes down. And now Sarah Blasi is up to bat. Down 1 out here. As the Cats trail by 2 runs. The pitch. And Blasi watches it go by, down and inside. 1-0 the count with 1 out. After this pitch, I'll mention who our 5th inning sponsor is. That called strike, a slow lob right across the plate. 1-1 now the count with 1 out. And our 5th inning sponsor is Alamo Restaurant Group. Fill your day at Alamo Restaurant Group's local McDonald's. Visit the locations in Latrobe on Lincoln Avenue and Route 30 inside the Mount Laurel Plaza. Thank you, Alamo Restaurant Group, for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Slap by Blasi. It goes back. So 1-2 the count. 1 out. Blasi is 0 of 2 on the afternoon. Walked in the first and had a fly out to the third baseman. And that one goes by and hits the dirt. So an even now count at 2-2. Looking for a pitch. Blasi chops at it, hits her in the cage, and they're going to call that foul. So count will stay even at 2. The pitch. High and away, so now the count is even for Sarah Blasi. Pitch. And they're going to call that one a ball. Blasi is washed for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Number 2, right fielder Miley Williams.
And now right fielder Miley Williams comes out. Williams is 1 of 2 on the afternoon. Base hit in the first and a fly out in the third. That lob across the middle is a strike. And again, I think that was more to see if they could catch Lossy trying to steal second. The pitch. Slapped it well, makes its way towards me, and it will hit off the hill in front of me. The pitch. Slapped and hits the cage again. 0-2 the count for Williams. A discussion between the catcher and the pitcher here. Quick chat. Nothing wrong with that. We love to see the communication. Pitch. And that's a ball up high and inside. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 the count for Miley Williams. Runner still on first. The pitch. And ball up high. 2-2 now the count. Nothing wrong with Martz just kind of lobbing it around. When you're up in the count by 2, it's totally fine to see if you can catch her chasing something. But this pitch is a little bit more of a toss-up on whether it'll be inside the strike zone. Slapped on it, it goes back, so another foul for Williams. Again, 2-2 the count. Ball refill for the umpire. As a lot of batters have been trying to keep their at-bats alive. The pitch here from Martz. Slapped, it's a bouncer, makes its way past the shortstop, and that's going to be the Cats on the corners. A base hit for Blassie, or a base hit for Williams, and that will advance Blassie on a third. And that is the tying run now on first, as Balco now comes up to the plate. And the pitch. Low and trying to steal second. No, it gets by them. Cats are going to score on the error.
Now batting number 21, Maddie Balco.
So Balco is still at bat. Williams advances on to second. And Blassie will score a run. Cats now only trail by 1. So on second is the tying run. And Balco is at the plate. Balco swings on it, heads back. Balco is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. She struck out swinging in the first. Count even at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Panthers still lead by 1. The pitch. Balco lets it go by down low and inside. Great call. Count now 2-1. Again, Balco, if she's able to hit this one well, she could score the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Low and inside again. Martz needs to try to find that strike zone again. Martz delivers. Hit it well, and it will be fouled just over top the head of Copeland on third base. So now a full count now for Balco. The payoff pitch, and that's a walk. Balco now on base. And time is called.
Second baseman Juliana Bulbosh.
And I think that might be the day. No, I don't think so.
Courtesy runner in for Balco, number 12, Marissa Machinsky.
Machinsky running for Balco on first base. Those keeping track at home. So runners on first and second. Again, that is the lead on first base. I thought that Martz was going to get yanked, but she is not. She was finding the strike zone well earlier in the game with 3 strikeouts on the afternoon, but now her last 4 pitches floating low and inside. Pitch from Martz, showing bunt. It will go foul as Bulbosh again could score at least the tying run, if not the lead. With a nice, well-placed hit here. Umpires asking for the baseball team to step away from the fence, although as a side note, the baseball team does recover the home runs. The thing is that they're not allowed to lean on the fence. That is the thing. Worry of them pushing it too close. And out of regulation, 0-1 the count. Slapped, and that's going to be a catch. And that will be out number 2 for the Cats here. As the fly out to Copeland.
Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Maddie Machinsky.
And Machinsky now up at the plate. Throw low for ball. The scoreboard here is incorrect. McHugh was out in the top of the 5th for the first at-bat, and then Bulbosh is also out, so that should be, Cats should be on their last out, but I'm not going to say anything. That pitch down low, count out 2-0. Scoreboard says 1 out, but my score sheet says otherwise. Somebody needs to get Gus some coffee. Pitch. Swing up high. Count out 2-1 for Machinsky, and now Martz knows what Machinsky is looking for. She wants it up high around the shoulders so she can turn on it easily and slap a light one into shallow outfield. 2-1. Check swing down low and moving and sliding in, and that's going to be, oh, I thought that was an out. And that is a steal for Miley Williams, who is now on third. And Williams moves on to second. I thought that Copeland had it again from my vantage point. That ball beat Copeland, or beat Williams, but I'm not going to say anything. 3-1 now the count. Slaps it, makes it over to the shortstop, throwing a first. And the side is retired. So there you go, Gus. That will do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. Cats get 1 back. And we will now head into the top of the 6th inning here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors. When we come back, we're going to have Franklin Regional Panthers up to bat coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
Are you looking for a fresh start or a career change? Unlock your potential at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in biology, welding, visual arts, or in any of our 100+ programs. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is dedicated to your success. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/fresh start. That's westmoreland.edu/fresh start and begin your ambitious journey today.
We're back here on top of the hill, top of the 6th inning. Cal is up to bat now for the Panthers. Slaps that one. It's a fly ball, and Cats get underneath it for the easy first out here at the top of the 6th inning. This is what the Cats needed.
Now batting for the Panthers, the catcher number 2, Sierra Camacho.
Fly out for Cal. We're back to Camacho, the catcher for the Panthers. She slaps that one, but it goes foul. Camacho has been doing very well for the Panthers here this afternoon at the plate. She is 3 for 3. Had a double in the first, a base hit in the third, and a double in the 5th, and scored a run on the base hit by Roden in the 5th. That ball gets low and gets past Balco. So even count at 1-1, 1 out. Cats trail by 1 run here in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch. Slaps in. Oh, it gets by the third baseman, and that's going to be a base hit for Camacho. Now 4 of 4 on the afternoon. And Copeland is now up to bat. So it's Copeland, Fulton, and Martz.
Third baseman number 5, Cece Copeland.
Cece Copeland. Another good batter so far today. She is 2 of 3, struck out in the first, but has followed up with 2 base hits in her last 2 plate appearances. So that's caught a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, 3-4 is your score right now. Runner going and stealing second is Camacho. Her second stolen base on the afternoon. So an even count at 1-1 here. The pitch. Looking to steal third, but that is called a strike in there from Miami Q. Now the count is 1-2. McHugh with 4 strikeouts on the afternoon could get number 5 here. It'll be hard. Again, Copeland has had a nice afternoon for herself. Again, has 2 hits for her last 2 at-bats as she hits that one foul just over top of it and behind. So 1-2. The count. And lost the scoreboard there. Swung on. They're going to call that a check swing. So count is now 2-2. I believe that the outlet is out. The outlet tripped. The GFI outlet. The pitch. high, so now the count is full at 3-2. You would think that Gus would have a little bit more pep in his step for the scoreboard being down, but I guess not. The pitch. Slaps it, and it will be a fly out there for Copeland. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Torrin Fulton, who is 0 for 3. She has been walked in all 3 of her at-bats, and I imagine she will be walked again here. No, maybe not. The pitch. High and inside. It goes Maya McHugh trying to get Fulton to not crowd the plate as much. Needs to be careful there. He doesn't want to give up an at-bat. I will say this, that Fulton can't steal as easily now because she will have a runner in front of her. So the 1-0. Chops it, goes foul. I will say Camacho was showing that she wanted to steal third, so need to keep an eye on that. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Cats still trail by 1 run here in the top of the 6th inning. And again, I'm sure everybody at home is thinking the same thing. Cats cannot give up any runs here in the 6th inning, so they can at least tie it heading into as they get their opportunity at the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 now the count. And again, Fulton not crowding the plate as much now. 2-1 is the count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Down low and inside, that's a ball, so now 3-1 is your count. McHugh has 3 walks. Only 1 is not a pitcher's choice. My apologies, 4 walks, 3 of them being pitcher's choices on Fulton. Low and inside, and she will walk Fulton. So Fulton 0 for 4, but all of them being walks, 3 of them being pitcher's choice.
Number 22, Adriana Martz.
Adriana Martz up to bat. So now runners on first and second. Shot there by Martz, and it's going to be caught in the outfield. And that will retire the side. Cats get out of the top of the 6th inning without so much as a scratch on them. And now we'll have an opportunity to tie it up here as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to keep it here on the Wildcats Network because we do have a sponsor who I think deserves a very special shout-out. Usually sponsors our post-game show, but we're going to give him a shout-out here. You can see him there on your screen. In the green shirt, making his way to the Franklin Regional bench, it's Mr. R. Phillips with R. Phillips Production. For professional game day photos, look no further than R. Phillips Production. Purchase all the incredible sports photography that Greater Latrobe alumni Robert Phillips captured by checking him out on his social medias on Facebook and on Instagram. To see more of Robbie's incredible work, check him out on Facebook and Instagram at R. Phillips Production. For 10% off your order, you can use CATS10 at checkout. Again, that's CATS10 for 10% off your order. And then again, that will alert Mr. Phillips that his money is going to the right place. However, if you would rather get 50% off your order, use code APRIL50, APIRL 50, for 50% off your order at R. Phillips Production. And again, thank you, R. Phillips, for all of your support of the Wildcats Network. Again, I can't stress enough, purchasing Mr. Robert Phillips photos allow you to have them forever. I'm not sure if Robbie clears out his archive at the end of the school year. I'm not quite sure. But again, check out R. Phillips Production on Facebook and Instagram. Also check out Replay Sports for more of Robbie's incredible work, and make sure you purchase your photos there. Thank you again, R. Phillips Production, for supporting the Wildcats Network in more ways than one. The Wildcats are now back to bat. It's Schultz, and she looks at a ball up high. So Schultz here is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Grounded out. That ball slapped, and it's making its way towards us. It lands right in the mud, only a foot or so away from me. And Copeland with the steal over Fulton. So the count now is even at 1-1 for Schultz, who again is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 ground outs to the third baseman, Copeland. The pitch. Swing on a slow, low-moving ball. 1-2 now the count for Schultz, the freshman. The pitch. All ball there. 2-2 the count. Again, it is imperative for the Lady Wildcats to tie it up here, because if they head into the 7th down by 1 run, it's going to be tough. And that called foul there. The ball did not get by third base. Star Phillips, you'll see down there at the bottom of your screen, doing his best to gather the foul balls for the team. Pitch. High and away. So the count is now full at 3-2 for Schultz. Could this be her first hit on the afternoon? March with 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Rung her up there. Make that 4 for Martz on the afternoon.
Now batting for the Wildcats, shortstop number 1, Natalia Sakaris.
And Sakaris is now up to bat for Lady Wildcats. Sakaris is one of 3. She had a double in the 4th, which scored an RBI for the Cats. That pitch in there for a strike. Oh, on the count, 1 out for Sakaris. The pitch shows bunt. It's up high, though. She thought better of it. So now the count even again at 1-1. Cats still trail by 1 run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. If you're just joining us now, see that we currently have 20 viewers, and we thank all of them for joining us here. High and away. 2-1. Yes, believe it or not, we do check in on our Facebook from time to time during the broadcast just to make sure that everybody is enjoying themselves and behaving themselves in the comments section. 2-1 the count. And crushed it! It's going to make its way into the outfield and running. No, she holds up on first. A good call there for Sakaris, and she is now 2 for 4 on the afternoon.
Center fielder number 9, Gabby Cunningham.
And now Gabby Cunningham is up to bat. That's the tying run on first base, folks. One of 2 on the afternoon, or 1 of 3 on the afternoon. Cunningham bunt goes directly to the third baseman throw, and it could be a double play. It is! Franklin Regional was ready for that bunt. And the Panthers will head into the top of the 7th inning soon with a 1-run lead. Coach Armstrong is smiling after that one. We're going to take a quick break for our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Franklin Regional has an opportunity to extend their lead here on top of the hill on the Wildcats Network.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinderschool has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinderschool provides high-quality pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigonierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
We're back here on top of the hill. Panthers ready. The top of the seventh inning as that gets swatted right to the shortstop and a play on first.
Number 3, Chloe Lancaster.
So now Lancaster is up to bat. 2 for 3 on the afternoon, a base hit in the second and fifth, and a ground out in the fourth. 1 out here for Franklin Regional. Again, what they really want to do is pull away on that lead. But I will say, Cats have yet to score 2 runs in a single inning so far this afternoon. So I think a run or two here for Franklin Regional might be all that she wrote for the Cats here this afternoon, again against the Route 22 rival for Greater Latrobe. 0-2 the count, 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there, and run her up. Maya McHugh. Her 5th strikeout on the afternoon. So now up to bat is Roden.
33, Ava Roten.
Goldstrom is on deck and Kyle is in the hole. This is the last out for the Panthers this afternoon. If the Cats can get away here without allowing a single run, they could at the very least tie it. Again, they have not scored more than a single run in an inning so far this afternoon. Whereas the Panthers had that big, that ball slapped and it gets into the shallow outfield. And that will be a base hit for Roden. And now up to bat is Goldstrom. She is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Striking out swinging in both at-bats.
Number 47, Selena Camacho.
Saying it's Camacho that's at bat right now. At least that's what Gus is saying. Low and inside. Not quite sure that's right by Gus. Camacho is the top of the batting order. I believe that's Candace Kelly who is at bat. She's substituting. Swung on, it goes right to the third baseman, an error there will lead to a base hit for Kelly. Oh, that's Selena Camacho. My apologies. Gus is right.
19, Liv Cowell.
So Selena Camacho gets a base hit with her first at-bat on the afternoon. So runners on second and first. Panthers are down to the final out of the afternoon. That ball chopped. It's going to be fielded in the outfield, and the Cats do not allow a single run. So this is it, folks. The Lady Wildcats have one last opportunity to, at the very least, tie it and send us into extra innings. So with that, we're going to take a quick moment to step aside here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to come back for the Lady Wildcats' last chance, or what could be the last chance for them to win it all here in regulation here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
We're back here on top of the hill, and Miami Q is ready to go. Before this at-bat, I want to remind everybody to thank Mr. Richard Hillwig in the comments section. Whatever video or whatever platform you're watching this on, Richard is running the controls for us today and is dealing with me on the headset. So, again, a big thank you to Richard for being here and helping us out this evening. I don't know if we'd be able to do all the stuff that we do without him. Oh, on the count. And Q zips that one straight to the third baseman. It's a base hit. So McHugh with a base hit and a courtesy runner tags in for her. I believe it's going to be Drenovich now on first base. And Sarah Blassie is up to bat. Again, that's a tying run on first base. Bring her in is imperative. The Lady Wildcats do not want to be done playing softball this afternoon. That first pitch in there, down low and inside for a ball. Somebody lost a softball there. Not sure who. One of the count. The pitch. Ball there, so 2-0 now the count. For Lee Wildcats here in the bottom of the 7th inning, still down by 1 run. Miami Q in the defense has fought hard. Now can the Wildcats score here? That would be big for their aspirations to walk away with a victory here at Graham Sabota Field for their second section matchup on the season. The pitch, low and inside ball. 3-1 now the count for Blassie. A walk here for Franklin Regional, I would argue, is not the worst case scenario. The pitch here on the 3-1. And running in tag, that's an out there. What a throw.
Now batting number 2, Miley Williams.
So it was a walk there. A lot of confusion, but that will have McHugh on second and Blassie on first. The 4th walk for Martz on the afternoon. The Franklin Regional faithful have turned out in droves here at Graham Sabota Field. Latrobe only being a hop, skip, and a jump away. Coach Armstrong needing an explanation here. I mean, again, from my experience, and I've only been covering varsity softball for a couple years now, so take what I have to say with a grain of salt. But it was ball 4, but I believe that the intent was to try to catch Drenovich running on to second. So they're going to call an out on Drenovich there. Again, from my experience, and take this with a grain of salt. Is that the throw was high, so it was a ball 4, but the throw was to catch Drenovich running on second, and they did tag her. If I was Drenovich, I would have stayed on first, but again, I'm not. And maybe she saw something I didn't. So waiting to see what the count is. They're going to call it 3-2. So a full count now for Williams. My understanding is that was ball 4. That pitch up high was ball 4. So they're going to call it not ball 4. They're going to say that was a strike. So it was 3-1, now 3-2 is the count, 1 out. So now it's up to Miley Williams on the full count. Cats down, 1 out, no runners after the tag on second. The pitch. It's hit well. Does it have the distance? It does not. It's caught in the outfield. So Cats are down to their final out.
Now batting number 2, Miley Williams.
So Blossy flies out to right field. And Miley Williams is now up to bat. And the Cats are down to their final out of the afternoon. Again, a scrappy fight here on top of the hill. We wouldn't expect any other way from these two teams who have playoff aspirations in their minds. Up high, ball 1 for the at-bat for Miley Williams. The right fielder who's been playing well for the Cats on defense. She is 2 of 3 on the afternoon at the plate. 1-0. Ball inside. So 2-0 the count. 2 outs. Again, it will be really interesting when these two teams meet again at Franklin Regional. We tentatively have that on our schedule. 3-0 now the count. Williams needs to be ready for something inside the zone. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to swing at anything that comes through as she is up in the count. 3-0, 2 outs. Strike down the middle. And again, that's what we would to expect from Martz. Certainly the right call now, 3-1. Again, if I'm Williams, I'm swinging at it. This is going to have to be inside the zone. Leaned on it, chopped on it, bounces off the second baseman, and that's a base hit for Williams. Now 3 of 4 at the plate this afternoon. And now Balco with the tying run on first. She struck out in the first, was walked in the 5th, and has an opportunity, if she can bring Williams home, to send us into extra innings. The pitch. Watches it inside for a ball. Games like this is how games with Franklin Regional usually go for Lady Wildcats. It's always a scrappy battle. The pitch, chopped at it, goes back foul, so count now even at 1. 2 outs for the Lady Wildcats here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They still trail by 1 run. So yes, that is the tying run on first. The pitch, delivered. Balco pops it up, it could go foul. And it will, so now the count is 1-2 in favor of Marsh. Ball go underneath those two pitches that she chopped foul. Needs to bring the bat level up a little bit. Could this be it? Marsh with 4 strikeouts. Hopped it up, unsure of the hit, and that will do it! Franklin Regional steal a win here on top of the hill and are now 3-0 in Section 5A, or 5A Section 2 play.
Franklin Regional 4, Greater Latrobe 3.
So with that, that will do it from us here on top of the hill. Our next broadcast here on the Wildcast Network is Monday. That's right, this coming Monday, myself and tentatively Richard Hillwig, unless he has some other school work to do, we'll be traveling out to Indiana for the Greater Latrobe boys lacrosse game at Indiana High School. And we will have that here on the Wildcats Network. And then our game after that, Greater Latrobe, our baseball will be hosting Kiski area here at Graham Sabota Field. If the weather cooperates with us, we will have to wait and see. So from myself, Tristan Borland, and Richard Hillwig, running the operations here on top of the hill, the Wildcats fall to Franklin Regional 4-3 here on top of the hill. Wildcats Network signing off, thanking all of you for tuning in and wishing everyone a wonderful rest of your evening.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.